Okay, so in this video, we will try to understand what is a function. So, functions are defined by fx, gx, px, qx, right? Or someone can define this by h of p, right? So, we'll understand what is p, x, and all of the variables in here. So, let's try to understand the logic behind it. Suppose there is a machine. Right? So machines get input and get output, right? Suppose this machine, the name of this machine is M. So this machine get input, right? So I'm going to have a space here. So this space tells you M is the machine. So input is coming into this space over here. So you can say M is the machine. There is a space over here. Then once you put that input into the machine, you get the output. So you have two blank areas. So here you get the input, here you get the output, right? So this is the common logic. Now, in math, this input variable is called independent variable. We call it independent variable. So output variable is called dependent variable, right? So now, if you think about an example, think about f x is equal to x squared plus 1. Now, this x now is the input. This is the input and this is output. So input is the independent variable, output is dependent variable. Sometimes in math, you define this fx function in this way. So you equate this to y. So what is y now? This y means fx. Y means fx. Inside fx, you get x, right? So you need to understand clearly what is fx and what is x. So this x is independent variable. This fx, the whole thing, dependent variable. Now, if you get this combination, for example, if you have y, fx, x, right? So, what do you think? So this y is equal to fx. X is inside here, right? So y and fx both are dependent variables. They are the same. X is the independent variable. X is the independent variable. In math, plotting is very important, right? So in math, plotting is very important. So if you have things like this, a Cartesian here, so your independent variable is x. Suppose your dependent variable is y, right? So if you replace y by fx, it's the same. So this is true. This is true if y is equal to fx. So both of them are dependent variables. X is the only independent variable. Now we know the difference between independent variable and dependent variable. Now, how to define functions? How to define functions? So, y is equal to fx. They are the same. So, this equal sign has a meaning. These two are the same. Is equal to x squared plus x plus 1, for example. Now, this part of the function is called definition of the function. Definition of the function. So, why this definition is important? This definition tells you about the shape of the function. Shape of the function. Right? Okay. So, example, y is equal to fx is equal to x squared. Y is equal to fx. This is 2x minus 1. Now, you can see the definition of the function. What is the function here? This is the function. This is the function. So, this is called actually the name of the function. Name of the function. So, this is the name of the function. So, these are the same name. So, this one also name of the function. Now, you can see the names are the same. Yes, of course. So, for example, if you consider the name Michael, there can be many Michaels, but their shapes are different. So this guy is Michael, but his shape is different. This guy also Michael, but his shape is different to the previous Michael. So the same name can be there, but the definitions are different. So this is called definition of the function. Definition of the function. So why the definition is important? Why definition of a function is important? So you have to understand, it gives the shape. It gives the shape. Now let's think about few examples. Think about g of x is equal to x squared plus x. Now, this part is called the definition of the function. This part is called the name of the function. Why definition is important? Because it gives you the shape. Now think about this. If x is equal to 0, let's see what we will get. G of 0 is equal to 0 squared plus 0. 0. So this tells you that if the input is 0, output is 0. So it's a different output. Now, if x is equal to 1, g of 1 is equal to 1 squared plus 1, so it's going to be 2. Now you can see easily, output is different. When the input is different, output is different. So this input is called independent variable. Why? Because we can independently change that. This is called dependent variable. It depends on the input. Now, if you look into the holistic picture, right? In general, you can say x is equal to a. So that means x is a is an arbitrary constant. So g of a, x is replaced by a. So this is going to be a squared plus a. So that's the output, right? So if you look into this g, you are going to put input, you are going to have input here inside, then you get output. So you can see now different inputs can have different outputs. Different inputs can have different outputs, right? So this is the beauty of functions in math. Let's think about different variations, right? Let's think about p of m is equal to m squared plus 1 and f of x is equal to x squared plus 1. Now this m and x are variables, right? So you are going to have values here. Right? So now if you look into the definition is the same definition, right? Same definition here. So same definition means same shape. So then what is the decision here? What decision we are going to make? P of m function and f of x function both gives the same. So this is like same food in two different plates. There is no difference in these definitions. Okay, so next one. Think about a function is defined in this way. Y is equal to fx is equal to x squared, for example. So now when you see a function like this, you have to understand this is the definition. You have to recognize it. That's the definition. This is the name. And that itself tells you about the dependent variable. So that is represented by this. So dependent variable is represented by fx. Also, this y is dependent variable as well. So this is a general way of defining the dependent variable. Now why this is beautiful? Because it shows you the name of the function. Name of the function is f function, and this whole thing, not just fx is dependent variable. And one extra thing, this description shows you the independent variable. So that means this name will tell you upfront the independent variable of the function, that is x. So that means when you see this x here, you are expecting some x terms here. So what I'm saying here, if you have this fx, right, you are expecting some x values here. So that means a relation in terms of x. So if you have f of x, you are not expecting something like p squared plus 1. That is wrong. You are expecting something like x squared plus 1. That's what I'm saying. So when you have a function defined in this way, this guy, the way of writing this is important. Why? Because it tells you upfront what you are going to expect in the definition part. Okay. Now when you have this, we can consider plotting this, right? Okay. I'm going to discuss this in more detail. The independent variable is x, right? So dependent variable, you can say y, right? You can say fx, or you can say x squared. So it's the same thing. So what I'm saying, I'm talking about the same thing here, because these three are equal to each other. These three are equal to each other. So it doesn't matter how you are going to define your y-axis. You can say fx, you can say y, you can say x squared. We are going to talk about the same thing. So now the definition is x squared. So if you plot it, the plot looks like this. It's the same thing, different names. So you can take it like that.